Mia? Ah! What the frick? This is Pearl! 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 Why did you turn into a grown woman? I'm scared, frightened, and confused at the same time. I don't know. I don't know. Pearl! Pearl, why did you turn into an adult? Why are you... I know that it's supposed to be a thing where your body physically changes, but you turned into an adult? I didn't know that it changes your height and your age. Pearl! Pearl, what? Okay, so Mia is lying to me, and the new prosecutor keeps whipping me. I don't know why the bailiff and the judge are allowing her to keep that, they just are. Oh right, and I was questioning Gumshoe.
Hold it!
There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. And in body strength, it seems unlikely the defendant would have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
Objection!
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the Kurain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even study up on the Kurain channeling technique? Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it.
Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
Of course, the victim used the loss of his strength to fight back, sir.
So he was stabbed. The stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about the blood loss, he's probably hurt pretty bad.
How badly hurt would you say he was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Heck! Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun.
Where in the world did that pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Is he taking precautions against something?
The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed.
Hold it!
So, you're saying that the bullet hole in the costume was made then?
Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired.
Maya, really glad you weren't hurt.
The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger.
Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it.
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest.
Now I have to find a contradiction. Say...
Objection!
Oh, is this it? The music stopped. I think that was right. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
Eh? What do you mean?
This little hole was actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume?
Gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh!
But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume.
That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Why did you react like that? Like I just tried to see your chest. What was that? Well, then... That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There, that should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
Must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal?
Flaw? Yo! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. Then why is there gunpowder present all around the hole? Take a look at this.
Why are you showing this to me, Pill?
Prosecutor Von Karma's explanation in this piece of evidence.
Do not contradict.
Huh?
Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, Pill.
Being lectured by Gumshoe, of all people, is so embarrassing.
Come on! Hurry up and get that thinking cap on!
Blah, blah, blah. I at least didn't lose health.
Take that!
How about this? Oh, there we go. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? Folding screen.
I'm like, did I take the full folding screen? Do I have the... Did I steal the entire folding screen? What the heck? I wasn't supposed to take it. It's a family heirloom. Do I have it with me? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in the folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... when the shot was fired, Maya, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order! Order! This changes everything.
Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location around 8 inches off the ground. This time, the defendant was in this area. Defendant was here. Right here. Somewhere around here. Uh-oh. Judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. That is, I mean...
Wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up.
What? Sure.
In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright.
Ah, dang it! Oh, you gonna... What? I should focus on where Maya was. I know where Maya was. She was, like, right in front of him. Like, right here. What about now? Somewhere around here. The bad breath again. Gosh dang you. Frick you. Oh, it's gonna make me be precise, isn't it? The defendant was in this area. This one. Where? What? Huh? What? Where do you want me to point? Where do you want me to point? Gosh dang it, what am I pointing at? I was pointing at the right location, but... What am I getting wrong? She was there. What am I getting wrong? Stop with the bad breath already! What am I doing wrong? I'm getting annoyed. Is it being precise again? God damn it! Why does this game do so much freaking precise? Oh, freaking... Oh, she was standing... Oh, dang it. Okay, well, I found it. I found what I needed, but I skipped over what he said. Give me 1 second. The defendant was in this area. In the folding screen. There we go. She was standing here, near the folding screen. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it impossible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of that sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You...
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation?
Changes everything. Because she wasn't close enough to shoot him. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time?
Squatting all the way by the folding screen?
Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike?
Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason.
Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to make a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me.
All the things to inherit.
Why'd it have to be this smarmy smile? Stop with the whip, detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic!
Huh? How's that all my fault?
You can start repairing.
Huh?
Yeah. You can start repairing your standing by first removing the 3-strand goatee. That 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later. What?
Punishment?
Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta.
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness.
To be continued. Wasn't that far from the end. Saving content. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Phew, that was a close one. I know you were giving it your all to defend me. I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like it was pretty close to dying myself.
You were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks? Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. I wish I didn't promise. If you lose, me and my sister's ghosts will come after you and haunt you. I would be fine with your sister, but not you.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
June 21st, 11:43 a.m. District Court, Courtroom Number 2.
Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... How?
I don't want to hear it, old man. But after I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy.
Yes, sir.
Everyone even thinks that she's a dude. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. She wasn't there during the channeling, she was there after. Witness. Your name and occupation, if you please.
Hi, Phoenix. How you doing?
Just fine.
Sorry about this.
Didn't exactly have a choice, you know?
Yowza.
Name and occupation.
I declare, in tarnation, the judge, this here is violence against my fair self.
It's fine.
That's fine. This ain't fine. That's a whip.
She at least said something about it. There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. My name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify.
No. Let's all be one big happy family. Okay? If you want us to be a happy family, take away her whip! Why are you just letting her have it?
She's whipping all the witnesses! Only the doc and the defendant went into the channel chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed in the room. Saw was the dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place?
Reckon course. Eh? Excuse me? Reckon course. That's short for you reckon? Of course I did.
Doesn't look like I care. Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
But let's say here. This here's the picture.
What the... It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room.
Lotta's photo added to the court record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Witness's account.
Only the doc and the defendant were in the channeling chamber.
Was it really only those two that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into that room.
Hold on! We can't have the defense testifying against its own client.
Anyway, folks, only the two of them went into the channeling chamber, do you hear?
But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue.
We were waiting outside the door and then we heard this gunshot.
Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Heck. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes. I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot.
And why were you here listening to the defense testify?
And the world becomes just a little crueler.
I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up.
So, let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down? Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma. I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition?
No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man.
Oh, really? There's something I would have liked to see.
The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And what did you see once you broke in?
Inside was the victim and the defendant waving a pistol around.
Wait a second. I didn't look at it, did I? I didn't look at it close enough. Huh. Wonder. Are you sure it was the defendant, Mia Fey?
Sure, I'm sure.
Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. That's harder. Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time.
What you getting at?
Remember when you said when we broke into the room? I was murdered. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Can't see her eyes. If I could see her eyes, that would clear things up for me. Like, Lotta, at a time like this,
Times like these are perfect for snapping up shots. Well, anyway, what's going on here? Scale. Sheep. Maya?
When you saw the murder at that time, you can even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct?
Well, you say.
Order. Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony.
Yeah, sorry.
Good. That shifts things back to my side. Your defense lawyer. Your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness. Think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered.
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Is it though? I don't think I've ever seen her wear that bracelet before. I think I've seen Eni wear it. I'll have to look at Maya's wrist, but I don't think she's ever worn that bracelet before. I feel like Eni... She's only 18? She was 18? 18? How are you only 18? Why are you here with a whip? I feel like... Okay, this is what I think will happen. So, Maya went in there with the doctor, yes? And after a few minutes, and she was knocked out. She wasn't shot or anything. And Eni, who was dressed like Maya, stabbed. She was taking advantage of the fact that Maya changes her physical appearance whenever she's channeling. She went and stabbed the doctor and left him prone, wearing a wig and everything. And she was probably working with Morgan Fey, wanted to take revenge for killing her sister. Yeah, I think Eni killed, and Morgan Fey wanted Maya dead so that Pearl could become the next head. So Morgan worked with Eni, and Eni went in there dressed as Maya, hid behind the folding screen during that time. And once they entered and the door was locked, then only Morgan and Dr. Turner Gray were in there. And while they were in there, Eni stabbed Eni stabbed Dr. Gray, knocked out Maya, and... The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. And I'm trapped like one. Again!
I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room.
Are you absolutely certain of that?
Sure am. Now a witch chased us out of the room, so...
Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey?
But there was no one else in there, and you know it.
The channeling chamber was very dark. Almost pitch black, even with all the candles. Was there really no one else in there? What about behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there?
Rick Given?
Huh? When the...
Rick Given, you know? You reckon? That's a given. I took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone's hanging out behind that folding screen.
If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart.
What? You got a problem?
Rat Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you could stop saying things as... Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Just as I thought, there's something wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. Why is there a second key? At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we were to think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What am I going to do? Just let this go. What is it, Mr. Wright? Look as if you have something to say. I make one wrong move.
the judge against me. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in that photo? I think the bracelet. I am almost certain the bracelet. Because I don't think she's ever used a bracelet. Does she have a bracelet on that hand? I don't recall. Your Honor. Mr. Wright. Is it possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant? What? Do you know what you are proposing? Yeah. I'm just plain full stop. Thanks, guys. Your show of support was just great. Now, then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to this court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey. How do I prove that's not Maya? What do I have to prove that's not Maya? I didn't mean to do that. Here's your proof. Is there a problem? Oh no. I thought it would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. I'm sorry! Shoot, I guess I wasn't showing enough evidence. She was Mimi Minnie? Here's your proof. Ah, this again. Stop objecting me! Okay, it's not that. Where's the gunshot? Let's try this. Here's your proof. Ah, this again. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. I did something wrong. I'm sorry about that. Trying to work it out. That isn't right. There's gotta be something. Nope, that wasn't it. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove that this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I can do? I think it is quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Oh, Mia! Why do you keep doing this to me? Why do you keep trying to jump scare me? Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia! Ah! What the frick? This is Pearl! 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 Why did you turn into a grown woman? Pearl! I'm scared, frightened, and confused at the same time. I don't know. Pearl! Pearl, why did you turn into an adult? Why are you... I know that it's supposed to be a thing where your body physically changes, but you turned to an adult? I didn't know that it changes your height and your age. Pearl! Pearl, what? Don't! Where did you come from? I didn't know you were beside me. Pearl! Pearl! I was so confused. Pearl! Why are you... Pearl, why? Pearl! Tell me why, please! Can you replace Maya? You have already proven you are a lot better than Maya! Why did you get taller? Why? What the heck happened? I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? You... But... Pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Wait a second. That dress isn't very long, is it? Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully. One more time. What we saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Huh? What'd I tell you? Dr. Gray? I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time like this? Times like these are perfect for snapping up shots. And she took a second photo. You see? There's one final piece to this puzzle. Mia, question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, Miss Court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you are too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that?
But, I mean, someplace I must go after this. All right, I'll allow it. To stop whipping me. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. I'm gonna be late for baseball practice.
Well, heck. What am I supposed to talk about? What am I supposed to talk about?
Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber.
Okay, you got it.
See, you got through to the judge somehow, right? I don't know how I feel about you. Mia, this is a child. This is a child who hasn't developed yet. Why? Why are you doing this to Pearl? She's only 8! Well, actually it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. Witness's account, part 2.
We broke into that room. All I could focus on was on Maya.
I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it.
I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghost stuff.
Wait a second. To the head? And then shot point blank. I can't tell if he was shot yet.
I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot.
You took 2 shots! Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. You should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. Witness's account part 2. So, what did she look like?
You know, she looked almost like a different person.
A different person?
She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. You have already made that point abundantly clear.
Yes, that is true. Well, then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else?
I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it.
Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. What?
Yeah. Oh, well, I reckon that's possible.
If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling? Or maybe... Ow! Foolish fools spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya.
Oh, y'all done here? Can I continue?
No.
I'm real bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff.
And even knowing that, you still persist on being a paranormal photographer?
That's why I'm getting out this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on.
She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers.
What?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change?
Well, would it, Mr. Wright?
Frick you! Go to your baseball game already! Nice tag teamed in stereo. So I should be grateful I'm not in 5.1. What do I mean I'm not in 5.1? What do I mean by that?
Still, man should point that camera at me and take a shot.
2, right?
Two what?
2 shots! You took 2 shots!
But only one has been submitted as evidence.
Miss Hart, where's the other picture you have been withholding?
No. You've got all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil.
Well, at least she knows herself.
And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet?
Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it.
What? Von Karma?
Miss Von Karma! You're hiding critical evidence?
Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. As bad as your father. Francisca. I'm gonna save, because I want to leave it to the judge, honestly. In case he does something. Or she scares him. I'm so mad that even my throat's clenching up. Better let the judge handle this.
Miss Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court?
I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. But how could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble that it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. How does photo 2 add to the court record? What? Wait a second. That's not Maya! Or... Wait. That's Eenie! That doesn't even look like Mimi! That's definitely Eenie!
What is this picture?
It's obviously the second picture that the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center. That's what you get with a nervous amateur.
I think the important part here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this?
Might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya Fey? This is not Maya. Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order! 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 Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. What? Oh, of course, because she knows about the channeling crap. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor's room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? What? Isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can... Yet, is it the truth? That Maya Fey, in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may. Mia! Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. Surely you must know that that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal, but I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this. I still cannot believe it. Are you saying this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? I give up here. The trial will end. If I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Let me look at that. Where's the bullet hole? Where's the bullet hole? Is there any way I can prove the person in this picture is not Maya? I can't. There's no bullet hole. Your Honor. Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within the picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony until now. A contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then you earn your keep. Why don't you point out I was off in my own head for a second. Why don't you point out exactly what's so strange with this picture? Oh, the fact that there's no bullet hole! Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. All right. Should be some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk, tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools.
What do you mean? What incompetent fools?
If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As if I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case.
I see.
She's lying through her teeth. I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Poor Gumshoe.
In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in the sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none.
The judge is confused by the strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright?
Got it.
Watch this, Maya. Your Honor, there is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The picture is a fake, the bullet hole was made, the shooter is someone else. The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person's clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What?
Order! 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 If order is not restored, I'll suspend this trial. How?
Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. A witness. What the heck? Is that any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're lucky my hat is scary, so why don't you say you... What? I swear, I was... There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see? Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry?
Well, the person in this picture is not the defendant. And this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from?
That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on. You can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia is calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now?
To turn things around?
That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix. So, where did this intruder appear from? Where did Maya disappear to? We need to look at this situation from a different angle. See, what if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? Prove that either one of those conditions were true.
Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with.
I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is the third person had entered. Yeah. Something I can't explain yet. Ooh. Ooh! I got saved. Something I can't explain yet. I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple. Because there is no explanation. That's why.
As I thought. Another big waste of this court's time.
Phoenix, you can't just give up like that. But Mia, rethink things one more time. There has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect. So of course my conclusions are also perfect.
Alright, Phoenix, calm down. Let's try this one more time. What if the third person broke in, was already there? Mia left. Mia had left the room. Mia had left the channeling chamber at some point. And defense can prove this.
Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Mia Fey was being looked after by her Aunt Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary, especially after I'm through with it.
Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of arrest, the defendant had left the room.
Key? Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's a channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside of that. The defendant herself locked the door. Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind after all.
Oh, one of a kind, you say?
Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Yes, it looks like she's catching on.
I'm afraid to ask, but why is that key currently in your possession?
Huh? What do you mean?
If Mia Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her.
Yes, agreed.
However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're on it?
I got this as a present from a certain little girl.
And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Mia Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No!
It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Ms. Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible.
My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Oh, there went his gavel. June 21st, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3.
Oh, that was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes. I felt I had no choice. Keep going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know?
Yeah. It's not like anyone else in there could have done that.
Nick.
Oh, she does wear the freaking armrest bands. Okay, my fault.
I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you.
Envy the two of you.
Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets?
Huh? Ticket?
Poor thing. She's so sheltered. So innocent, so pure. To be continued.